yourself with this view. So in this case, it's me, and I'm presenting myself through my lens and my perspective. So through all the irritation, frustrations, and curiosity, and what do you say, the हिंदी में बोलते हैं ठोकर खाते हैं life में. So after all that, whatever I had, I would like to guide you in 1 minute short meditation where I really connected. So I was 7 years old, and my cousin took me to this fresh river water stream in Himachal. I'm basically from Himachal. So now you can just imagine, just close your eyes, maybe just visualize yourself in this scenario where there is nature around, and you are just feeling and just hearing the sound of fresh river water flowing down. It will be better to close your eyes because it's very practical, and that's what connected me with who I am today. And as the river is flowing by, I can feel this fresh air and really beautiful. And suddenly, so this is you. आप कर रहे हैं ये visualization, and you in that scenario, in the middle of this nature, suddenly you need to poop. And now you are going to find a big stone on the river, and you're going to poop, and you're going to watch your poop flow by the river. And as you do this, think of this. How, I used to think that this is really not good. So that was my first thought. And that's how I related with everything in my life as I grew up. So now come out of that meditation to the present day, this time. That how many of you noticed the texture of the poop in that, and the merger of it with the water? Did you?
Yes.
You did, right? You can feel it. You can really feel it. And that's how we feel with life. And I feel like, noticing that observation and the sound of gushing water and the nature, it was so fresh. I kept going there, but I could not remove the poop out of my mind throughout my life. And when I go there back like nowadays also, I cannot come out of it. I can only remember the poop. And only in Buddhism, I found it possible to not reject the poop, basically, the texture and whatever I thought. It's not wrong. And then once I heard in one of the Drupchins that a plate of poop and a plate of amrita is equal. And that's how the 1 kilo of anger and 1 kilo of clarity is the same. And in my most unimaginable ways, we can go to the next slide.
Sure, sorry.
Although in your daily life, you have to encounter all the shit. And you think like, in Dharma, what I used to believe, it's really, really not, it doesn't connect when we try to, we keep the Dharma separate from daily life. And that's where, like all that lack of confidence and whatever. And I used to think that way throughout my life. No confidence, nothing. But in my mind, I was very confident. I was a really good speaker in my mind. But किसी के सामने बोलना हो तो I was never able to speak. But as I'm a student of Dzongsa Gyaltsen Rinpoche, he is the only one who gave me confidence in whoever I am. And he said that in one of the, at one time he said that he has more confidence in me than I have in myself. And I kept thinking like, why? Why? Because, I'm this, I'm that. And then I started learning, and Buddhism really helped in making me comfortable with who I am. So we can go to the next slide. So as a child, student, daughter, wife, daughter-in-law, caretaker, mother, I had a lot of complaints. At every stage, in all these roles, your life, in our daily lives, we don't connect. I can't teach my parents because they don't think they need to be taught. My family, my in-laws, they hate me. I mean, not all of them, but yes, like some of them are really nice. But they are all nice actually, and that's what we realize through Buddhism, that it's just the perspective that our perspectives don't match, and out of that, if we don't understand as a practitioner all the hatred and so we have to really apply the compassion. It's really difficult. So if you are living in a family who don't understand you, and you think that they should really understand you. My family does not understand me, and they don't encourage what I do, but they don't stop me. My in-laws tried to stop me, but I never listened to them. So but they have to adjust now. So next. Now the discovery was too late. Before I used to follow Buddhism a long time ago. So I mean, for you it might be different. So you have to think from your perspective that you in daily life, how we preach, how we do. Women preach more, I think, in daily life. Through a child, husband. Every time she's just trying to teach something. So this was a handicrafted suffering that I took upon myself. But at that time, it was really the most wonderful thing, because you have this. So you have not just second arrow, you have many arrows that you take upon yourself, because you think you want to influence and you don't want to get influenced. At that time, you are all of it. So how do you realize anatta in this situation? It's the most difficult thing. Next slide. It's already too late. And then, beginning of the first nondro with your first child, as Longsa Khyentse Rinpoche says that one child, one nondro, complete. So I'm about to finish my my first nondro, but then really, like, now I'm starting to see how I basically took upon so many arrows on myself, and now I'm on my way to realize anatta, but it's really very difficult, and I find only the basics help me. How I cannot be this with my own imaginations. It's the most difficult part, not to be fake. So my content basically comes from this, because I'm totally confused, but I have the confidence that even with this confusion, even with the things, chaotic family settings or wherever, there is a possibility in Buddhism for every woman to realize their wisdom. And I feel free. It doesn't matter if it is chaotic or not, my husband is agreeing or my in-laws are not, basically not stopping me or stopping me. It doesn't matter now. Buddhism is like, it's like a really good, I consider myself free, no matter where I am. Even I'm in the pile of a garbage, I am free. And I want every woman to realize this. Whether they have in-laws who are stopping them, whether they have good husband or not. My husband really supports me, so, but not always. I have to fight. But it's like really, I make him bow down to Longsa Khyentse Rinpoche just because he is my guru. But slowly in the process, he has learned to respect Buddhism also, because he sees me like in those moments when I'm emotional, but I also act a lot, because you need to really see and sometimes show your emotions. And after 10 years of marriage, I'm really a good actor. So my content, next slide. Again, you come back to yourself, and in the New Age language, I think you call it the main character. So you are the main character. You are the heroine, you are the hero of your life. And no matter, you cannot, you should not, or you don't escape life. No matter, you have to face, whether you agree or not agree, you will have to face everything that comes on your way. And in the family life, it is definitely, like say the Kushinagar, the theme of this is like, where Buddha passed away. And in the normal world, we call it death. And every dying you is the rebirth of new you. And that changes with life, that changes with your practice, and every time you will find yourself. I really wanted to learn witchcraft. I wanted to change myself to be this powerful witch, so that I can we should do shape shift and do all that. So in my village, it's really the reality. And I started learning also. I learned before the empowerment part, because for empowerment, the initiation, they told me that I have to go to the charnel ground and I have to get initiated there. And I was shit scared of the ghosts. So I didn't go there. And but luckily then, I met Longsa Khyentse Rinpoche. and I took refuge. And after that, I didn't feel the need of, because I was not very confident with my own anger, that my anger was so strong that I would do something wrong to people, and all my intention was to help someone. There were so many things happening around me, so I just wanted to help. And for that I thought, okay, I will be a witch, a good witch, and I will do things. But then it's really not difficult to lose your patience, or out of anger you can just harm someone if you have the power. So after meeting Lomsang Rinpoche, I really became like my own character, without realizing that this is the most highlighted part, I think. I want to attain enlightenment in this very lifetime, but I'm very bad at practicing. But then yes, I'm realizing that this is the only way to freedom. So no matter what I do, I will be free if I keep following my guru, if I keep doing Buddhist practices. And I want to really let all the women in India, especially who are stuck with the in-laws, to know that they can attain this freedom and they can realize wisdom in this very lifetime. If they really want it, they can just start practicing Vajrayana and they can really do it. And especially with the kids, it's much easier to do practice, because you don't want to look outside. You just want to practice and change the habitual pattern of your mind, because otherwise it's just suffering and suffering. If I don't practice, I go crazy. And really, I can see my own patterns, how I'm going crazy. If I stop my practice for 1 month, you see a totally different me. And then I'm fighting, and all the time I'm to my husband, I'm cribbing. I feel like he's more of a practitioner sometimes than me, because he's so patient with me. And it is really important that, although he's a nice person, but he also is a little bit like... So all of us are like that at times. But yes, I think it's 8 minutes already. Yeah, so I think we should stop.